Hidden Object Guru here with hot new game Muscles and Bullets, which is, I think, a 2D shooting game like Mommy's Best Games game. If you haven't heard of Mommy's Best Games, they made Weapon of Choice and Serious Sam, and they're both fantastic. Like, amazing games, and I generally like mouse-look shooters with side-scrolling. So hopefully this lives up to it, but oh my god, is it taking a while to load for a game that's only like 200 megabytes big. I'm going to pause till the game actually loads. Alright, here we go. It is a weapon of choice type of thing. Oh, I can double jump. Oh, but I have limited ammo. Ah! That was alarming. I didn't even see the landmine.
Also, your controller's vibrating.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move that somewhere safer. Here, there you go.
You're missing an obvious American comment.
Ooh, I got a shotgun. Nice. Oh, there's the landmine.
As, of course, you know the best Canadian comment.
That was bad.
Although, I'm going to name
SCTV.
it. I was going to say Kids in the
It's great. It's not
We've
SCTV.
had this argument
I
before.
know.
We
Ooh.
will watch Kung Fu Panda. It's not Netflix.
I think it is.
I'm lazy.
I'm having real trouble seeing these landmines because they're exactly the same color.
Which one have you never seen? Have you never seen Toast of London, Dark Place, or Coupling? Because wow, do you have a lot of shows to watch.
You are very lucky
I don't
being
know
able to watch all
where
of
you
that.
are for it. You know, Toast of London is on our
Ireland. Ow!
Don't say it.
Ireland.
Don't say it.
He's
like
in
that.
Ireland.
Don't say it like that.
Okay. This is why I can never do my Irish accent for you. She judges me too harshly because it's so offensive.
Everyone should thank me.
This is exactly my kind of game. Like, the weird part is,
Your Irish accent comes out like a newfie trying to do a Jamaican.
that's exactly right then. Oh no, sniper! The littered frontier. Alright, let me just get under this guy and then we'll figure it out. Are we though?
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's great.
They're not-
Will do, Maddie. Thanks for reminding us. Ow. What are my other guns? A machine gun, pistol. Pistols. So how do I get more health? Are there like health muffins around? Muffins that you can use to increase your health? What? That sniper's a really good shot.
Rod City. I love Rod City. That's a good American comedy.
You have a good night, Maddie. And absolutely, you've got to watch Toast of London. Oh. Oh, wait, am I hearing things or did the game do that thing? Ah! It did that thing a bunch of games do, where the gun makes a different sound when you're almost out of bullets. So you'll know without looking at your, what?
Do guns that clear?
I doubt it. I've never heard of a gun doing that in real life. Obviously, you will hear it when you run out of bullets, but you'll also know that the gun stopped shooting. Oh, I am completely out of ammo. Desperado's so good. Another thing you have to see if you haven't seen it is Desperado. Such a fun movie. Yeah. Just die already. Damn. Oh my god, did you see that guy having to turn around inside the tower to shoot me? What a neat bit of animation that was. They thought this thing through. Way to go, guys. I think I just blew up his tower.
Horror King, but I've never seen it.
What's that?
Drew and Lady Boo, have either of you seen 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps in Little Britain?
Little Britain, yes. 2 pints of lager, no. I only know of it because
Oh, I have seen Little Britain. You're right.
there's ads for it on Dark Place.
Which one?
2 pints. When I watch my Dark Place tapes, it's always like, next up on ITV4 or whatever, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. And I'm like, I recognize that that's a show, but it's not Dark Place. It's not my favorite show ever. What the hell is happening? Yes?
I want crisps.
Okay, well, there's some Pringles literally right over there. Oh, right, you can have Pringles, sorry. It's not my favorite show ever, though. And the best sketch comedy show England ever produced. Sorry, Monty Python. Snuffbox.
Snuffbox is funny, but I think that's sacrilege.
Oh, no, it is. Absolutely. And Snuffbox is in many ways a troubling 3 hours of television to sit down and watch. It's disturbing in all of the best ways.
My favorite sketch comedy shows overall, ignoring.
No, obviously Kids in the Hall, and then
Kids in the
Monty
Hall.
Python, and you just figure out which of those two you prefer. I know. I'm playing with it.
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele's amazing.
Amazing.
I do love Key and Peele. This is kind of like a more
There's a good
attempted, a
American
more
comedy
violent,
that I always laugh out loud at.
well, not more violent, but like more graphically complex Broforce. But you haven't played Broforce, play Broforce. It's amazing. What's this dude's jive? Wow, he can double jump as well? Well, he's dead now.
Strangely, Acorn has
Is there any way to dig without constantly shooting?
a huge lack
Well, that was bad.
of British television.
It's
British
true.
comedies.
Like, Netflix used to be all over having British,
Oh, you're not ashamed of yourself for what? Not having British TV? Is that what you just said?
No.
You shouldn't be ashamed of yourself.
I have no idea what he's referring to.
I think you said you should be ashamed of yourself if you haven't done something.
Oh,
Like
Um,
if you watch something.
probably watched one of the shows.
Yeah, Key and Peele would, I would say, if we're including sketch comedies, would be my
It's a really great comedy show.
It's fantastic.
Hey, I have a
And
third
if
jump
you
right
haven't
now.
seen it, their movie Keanu is one of my all-time
Yeah,
favorite
Keanu's an
things.
amazing comedy.
Keanu is an amazing movie. Just hands down an amazing movie that I don't understand why everybody doesn't quote and reference constantly.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, what is happening here? Yes! Boom! It is weird that it doesn't have Clone Wars or Doctor. Oh, look, there's exploding ground.
It used to have Clone
There's
Wars,
buried mines.
but you know Disney started going.
Yeah, Disney's the worst company. I think we all know that.
Although you totally know.
I wish we didn't have to.
What was on Netflix? The last show I was most excited about?
Tom Hiddleston back in that ridiculous wig. The show.
No, there was another one. Was it She-Hulk?
Yes, they're
It was
making a She-Hulk.
Yeah, that was the one. She-Hulk.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Well, I don't know if I'm excited for She-Hulk. I only care about She-Hulk if it's an Ally McBeal style legal light drama
That is
about
true,
superhero issues.
Although you really need to see Kids in the Hall if you think that's true.
What? That's true, but no, Kids in the Hall goes so much further. Oh dear God. They're amazing. They are as uncompromising as it gets. They take no prisoners. They are the punk bad boys of comedy. That's true.
It's true, but when you think of them like visualize them,
It's ridiculous.
yeah.
The 5 middle class white boys, yeah. It's sounds so crazy to think of them as the bad boys of comedy, but you know, honestly, just having a gay guy on TV as part of a comedy troupe, just willing to push things.
My favorite part was I don't know if you heard interviews with them at the time where they were talking about people getting offended by Scott Thompson. Because people in Canada,
And by the way, you don't need to finish that sentence. By Scott Thompson.
no, people got offended by his sketches on the show. Said it was offensive to gay people, and were horrified by his sketches on the show.
Yeah.
To which he had to go like on this little mini media circuit in Canada and just be like,
I'm the gay one.
I'm the gay one.
Yep.
That's the joke. You know that, right? And poking
Yeah.
fun of what people think about gay people.
Yep. And gentle fun at the gay community itself.
Exactly. Oh my god, Steps is one still
I love Steps, but I mostly love Steps because it led to the creation of the best sketch the kids ever did. Stairs.
I love Steps. Steps is amazing.
No, they got me.
Someone I know who's a lot younger than us, once saw one of the Steps sketches on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it was when we were talking a lot about the show Queer as Folk.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, it was really weird. It was like designed to look like a sketch from like, I guess, I don't know, the 80s or 90s or something. But it was clearly a setup of Queer as Folk. And I was like, oh honey,
no.
oh honey, no.
Queer as Folk is just about Toronto in the same way that is.
Well, I mean, it was originally a British show.
I know.
But yeah.
But it was, I don't know where it was set, but Queer as Folk was the most Toronto show.
No. Somewhere where it snows in America.
It's funny because not only am I in an episode of Queer as Folk, which I've never checked to see if I could see myself. Okay, there you go. I mean, I was standing right next to the guy who was the focus of the shot, so super nice guy too. Don't know. I've never seen the show.
Very effeminate.
Yeah, the very effeminate blonde guy. But anyway,
Wearing a boa?
I don't know.
I think he's wearing a feather boa.
But the point is, they were at a club, and I was one of the people in the club. And it's funny, right? But years later, well, not years later, months later, I'd be going to my gym, and I'd seen an episode of the show Odyssey 5 and been like, hey, I'm watching this show Odyssey 5, and I think it's this gym that was in it. And he's like, well, I don't know about that, but we were the gym and from Queer as Folk. And I'm like, neat! I had not seen Queer as Folk at the time, but I had been in an episode of Queer
Odyssey
as
5
Folk.
was filmed.
No, it was not. It was my gym. No, no, you don't understand this. It wasn't. He didn't know. It was not up for debate whether it was my gym. I went there every day. I know what that gym looks like. Yeah, there's this one scene in one episode of Odyssey 5, and it's like, yeah, that's my gym.
By the way, if you
I was
haven't
there this
watched
morning.
Odyssey 5, track it down and watch it, and then don't get angry with me. It gets canceled the first season halfway through and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Best, most promising sci-fi show I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
I'm so looking forward to where it went. And apparently they
Stars
had
Peter
it-
Weller. I don't remember that woman. Don't remember who the woman was.
Wasn't it What's-Her-Face?
You can check.
You know, What's-Her-Face is in everything in Canada?
Maybe. But more importantly, it starred both Sebastian Roche, who's great, and the guy who's the example of the type of bland, dark-haired white guy who you will recall from, who would, of course, lead to The Flash and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although more handsome than what's his name.
I have not seen that. Sadly, we don't have a lot of opportunity to see Irish comedies here. Not a lot of Irish TV shows get here. Pretty much only British TV shows get here.
And I mean, we used to get more when we were younger. But
Yeah.
that's because they were all on PBS, which they're not.
Yes, and they're not, sadly.
Or TVO. They were often on TVO.
That's true. Got him, finally.
Now, we don't have cable.
What show was I talking about? The big British comedies I've been telling people to watch here are Dark Place, Man to Man, Toast of London, and Snuffbox.
And I said you should watch Coupling because it's the movie very exciting.
Coupling is great too.
And then we were talking about Odyssey 5,
Yes.
which is a canceled, Canadian, shot in Canada but American run sci-fi show. It was canceled in its first season and is the best thing ever.
Grenade.
Talking about Queer as Folk. Oh, we got into Queer as Folk because we were talking about stats from Kids in the Hall.
Right.
Kids in the Hall was what we were talking about.
Give me that.
English comedies do tend to be great comedies. Except they also sometimes are My Hero, a terrible comedy. And what is the only significant thing about My Hero? John Oliver's in one episode of it. At the very beginning of his career. He makes a brief appearance in a tiny part, in a one-scene part in one episode. Right, as he, what he described as a, what did he call it? A pogrom of indifference to his stand-up comedy career. That poor man. Yes! Oh, sorry. I just twitched. I do like these blow-upable walls with mines built in. It's kind of a nice effect.
Yeah, the other guy from Odyssey 5, the guy that you were talking about that led to, what's his name, Flash?
John Mulaney?
Yeah.
It's just weird for you, of all people, to
No,
call John
I
Mulaney.
said, what's his name in the Flash?
Oh, I thought you said
Grant
and
Whatever.
the Flash.
So anyway, the weird thing about that is, like, really handsome guy, not at all the nerdy kind of guy you're
But
referring to,
only played nerdy parts.
but kept playing these nerdy parts to
You're
the
like-
point where he's the nerdy guy in Covert Affairs. And I'm like,
Have you seen him?
he's the hot guy from Ugly Betty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the hell? Like, stop casting hot guys as nerdy dudes.
It's very unbelievable. I don't think I can jump that high. I was badly mistaken. Huh. No! Sniper! That's who we're talking about. Christopher Gorham. He played a blind guy in Covert Affairs who would sometimes go out on spy missions. It was puzzling. Well, you see, he had been a special forces guy who lost his eyes in an explosion. So he was, it's not like he wasn't trained for that stuff, but it was still weird how they justified sending a blind guy out in the field from time to time. No, I did not either. Poor Rachel Nichols. Although she finally did get a show to last. It took her forever, but she did finally get a show to last. That show? Continuum. Of all things. No judgment. You know? People who like Continuum are perfectly like, I'm not going to criticize them in any way, shape, or form. You go nuts. It's not my show, but I know it has its fans. He's really got to figure out a better way to let me tunnel in this game. Like, I cannot express to you how easy it is to tunnel in Broforce. It's great. Of course, it's a block-based game, so just shooting destroys any block. So,
I'm trying to think if there are other good Canadian
let me think. Smith and Smith. It's a little mean. But no, Smith and Smith is fun. The Frantics had their comedy.
I refuse to acknowledge photographs.
You should. It's not our kind of comedy.
Hey, is anybody else really offended and planning not to watch the new Nancy Drew TV show on the CW out of protest?
Because it's about spooky mysteries?
Yes!
Yeah.
What the frick is that? Not spooky mysteries. Spooky mysteries would be fun. Supernatural mysteries.
Right, that is a problem. Although maybe it's not supernatural and it's all going to turn out to have been a guy in a mask.
I would be fine with that, but that's not it.
No, you're right. I feel like this game was based on a template because I've seen that exact effect where the background gets a hole blown in it in a concentric circle in like 50 different games. I feel like this game had a bunch of help from... I mean, there's obviously a ton of custom stuff in this. I'm not saying this is an asset flip or something like that, but I feel like there's stuff in this game that just comes from a Unity store template.
You're actually thinking World War I, and it was a woman. She was from Themyscira.
What?
Or,
I didn't see the comment.
there was a guy, to be fair, there was a guy who made 1,000 with a sword. Which I actually am familiar with that story, but I was being funny and saying it was a woman in World War I.
That's Horror King. That is a very, very simplified version of it, because if you're counting Japan, there are thousands of guys who ran into combat with just a sword in Japan. There were times, you can check the history on this one, where they just ran out of bullets on some of those islands, and they're like, screw it. We're all going to just run at them with swords. And people were understandably freaked out that a bunch of guys were charging at them with swords. But that happened not a lot in the Pacific, but it did happen in the Pacific. Come on. So Archer, set in the 1980s. Well, if you think about it, because he ran into an 80-year-old guy, or no, like a 70-year-old guy, who still thought the war was going on.
I don't think you can say what time period.
Also, Archer was born in 1945, so.
Again, I think Archer...
It's a weird high-tech version of 1982, but it's set in like 1982.
Well, the last season was set in space.
No, I'm saying the earlier set in the real world of the show series.
Wait,
Everyone's still driving cars from the 70s that are in really good condition. Oh no, I assumed you meant it was an English or German soldier. I was just pointing out that it wasn't actually that weird to see people with swords in World War II.
He was just being a dick.
Hey!
Well, it's true.
It's not true. I mean, and there's horrifying stories from the Korean War of like Koreans who didn't have any bullets left and Chinese troops just doing waves of humans charging just with the knives stuck to the end of their rifles.
There's an episode about MASH like that.
Yep.
PTSD and talks about it.
Yeah, about just like guys running straight into their gunfire, and he can't take having just shot all of these people.
MASH is a great American TV show, but I would not call it a comedy despite what they do.
It is weird that that was ever considered a comedy.
Like, there were funny moments, but dude.
Yeah. Alright, I seem to be hung up at this part, but I gotta say, like, here's the thing about this game, and I'm not complaining. You go game. Gone weird again. I'm not moving at all is the crazy part.
Then there's
You've
a
just
mouse.
gone mad. A mouse?
A mouse.
Mouse. But I think what I'll say is, come on, I can do this. Yeah. Here's the thing about this game. I'm enjoying the experience, but in a world where Broforce exists, this feels redundant, right? In a world where I could just be playing Broforce, why am I not just playing Broforce? That said, if you gave me, like, look at the amount of time I have to spend sitting here slowly chipping through rock to get through this area. If you gave me a more efficient way to get rid of stone, I really think you'd have something. So maybe consider the possibility of looking into that. For now, I've been the Hypnotic Guru. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. If you have the time and you'd like to see more, there's buttons for that coming up. Questions, suggestions, related what's not, go in the comments section below the video. I'll see you back here for more new and upcoming games, but until then, au revoir.